All right, it's Wednesday, and that means plant and garden expert Craig Hicknight is joining us live to answer all of your questions. Remember to head to the WQAD Facebook page and send us what you have. And welcome back. Happy New Year.
Happy New Year. Glad to be here.
Yeah, all
Glad to have you back.
To get things started off, so here we got a potted fir tree in November. When should it be planted?
Well, there's not much frost in the ground. I would be getting it in the ground now if possible. It's going to be safer in the ground than in the house. In the house, it's just too warm, too dry. Outside, Mother Nature will take care of it. At the very least, get it outside up against the north side of a building and literally bury the pot in mulch. The whole idea is that they don't mind being frozen. It's the freeze, thaw that damages them. In the ground, they're going to be fine. When you put it in the ground, just make sure you put plenty of mulch around it so the ground cools down as slowly as possible.
Alrighty, perfect. So this is from Amanda. So my Venus flytrap is shooting up a flower stalk. Does that mean it hasn't reached dormancy? He is in a cold window kept roughly at 55 degrees.
Actually, it's not uncommon for them to bloom. We've had them that sat on a windowsill during the winter, cool, east windowsill, and out on a northern patio during the summer, and it never went dormant for 3 years. So if it's blooming, it's not unhappy.
All right, this one says, I was reading about jade plants and was wondering how hardy of a plant they are.
Well, they're really quite hardy as long as you don't overwater them. That is the one thing that jades are never going to forgive, is wet feet. So you let them dry out better than a regular houseplant. You water them thoroughly at the sink and make sure all the excess goes down the drain. Nothing ever soaks up from the bottom. Run them a little dry, give them as much light as you possibly can. And for the winter, I don't think I'd even worry about fertilizing until about Valentine's Day.
All right, yeah.
Yeah, well, it looks like we're still waiting for some extra questions to come in right now. Well, there you go.
But what do you kind of tell people this time of year? Any sort of reminders around this season?
Well, the thing is, we've gotten the Christmas tree out of the window. So that's where the plants need to go now. Remember, plants have to have light to do well. Also, running a humidifier. We've got an on-furnace humidifier. Plus, at the other end of the house, we have a supplemental humidifier. Anything you can do to raise the humidity in the house is definitely going to help. And I always caution people, if you've got several plants in the house, don't schedule water. Don't water everybody on Saturday. Maybe check on Wednesday and Saturday, and anybody that's marginal on Wednesday, you let them go until Saturday. No plant is going to die in 3 days.
All right, now we've got some questions.
Yes, I was going to say, coming in. Yeah. Well, great tips there. So this is from Sharon. So where can I get a real Christmas cactus?
Real Christmas cactus are hard to come by. Everything you see commercially are actually zygo cactus, which we call them Thanksgiving cactus. What you're looking for as you start your hunt is Schlumbergia, SCHLUM. And you might actually have to find somebody whose grandma still has an original Schlumbergia from 50 years ago, or you might try online. I'm sure they've got to be available there, but Schlumbergia rather than zygo cactus.
Okay, when can I trim a firebush?
Firebush can be trimmed now. The ground is cold enough and we're far enough, we're past the first of the year. I always caution pruning in the fall, in case you might force out some late growth, but now the weather has cooled down enough, the ground is cold enough, we can start our winter pruning now.
All right, well, we're going to answer more questions here in just a moment, right after the break. Continue to send all of them in on our WQAD Facebook page. We'll be right back.